what we're doing is we are writing a parabola when they give me 3 points on the parabola. So I'm going to be writing an equation in standard form. And standard form again is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so I need to have an equation. Well, but all I have is 3 points. Okay, so I need to use my systems of equations that we've done before, but we are not going to do them by hand. We're going to use our calculator to do them, but we have to set up our system of equations. So what do I have up here in these points? What things do I have here? Like, what is 3, what is 17, what is 1, what is 5? What are those?
Numbers.
They're a point, but they're a coordinate, so they're a what?
Vertex and your.
Well, these are vertices. We don't know that.
They're your parabola.
So they're points on a parabola. How are points listed? How are coordinates listed?
A, B, C.
No.
I'm guessing here. I don't know.
If I plot this, what is this? What is this?
X and Y.
X and Y. Thank
Oh,
you.
well.
So I have an X and a Y, an X and a Y, an X and a Y. I have a bunch of X and Y's. Gentlemen, we're off. Stop. Okay, I have a bunch of X and Y's, yes? I need to figure out what A, B, and C are. Those are 3 variables, yes?
Mm-hmm.
So in my first case, right here, what is my Y?
32.
32. So 32 equals, because the equals was already always on the right-hand side. So it's ax squared. Well, do I know x?
Yeah, it's -2.
It's -2. So I have -2 squared, a. Yes?
Well, it'd be A -2 squared. Yeah.
Well, A
Either way, it doesn't
is our
matter.
variable now. A is our variable, so it should go in the back.
Oh, no, sure.
Okay, it is. That's what we're trying to figure out, is A, B, and C. We're trying to figure out A, B, C. So on B,
5. No. 1x.
what is X?
1.
What is X?
Oh, negative. -2.
So I have -2 B. Because I'm plugging in the X's. X, X, right? And C is a constant, so it's just plus C. Because I don't know what it is, do I? It's just like before when you solve for X,
One.
Y, and Z.
It's 1.
No, you don't know that. Now you go to the next point,
So then.
and I'm plugging it in. So it equals what?
5.
5.
6.
That's
I can take a
1
picture.
squared A minus.
1 squared A
Take a picture.
No, plus
plus
1B
1B
plus C.
plus C.
That's
Because we're solving for A, B, C. Those are my variables. That's what I need to solve for.
This is long.
We haven't even, no, it's not. Okay,
I'm not gonna really-
now I have this
Yeah.
X, Y.
3,
So it equals what?
8, 17.
17, because it's Y equals, right?
3 plus C.
So it's 3 squared
A.
A plus
3B
3B
plus C.
plus C. So what I've made is a system of equations, yes?
This again?
Okay, but we're not going to do it by hand. We're going to use our calculators to do it. So I need to put the system of equations into an augmented matrix on your paper, not your calculator yet. Okay, so what is my matrix going to be? -2 squared is what?
-4.
4.
4. What's my next term going to be?
-2.
-2. Because I want my coefficients, right? What's the coefficient of C?
1.
What? Equals, or not equals.
Oh no, these again?
We're using our calculator to do it. Calm down.
Still long.
What goes next?
32.
32.
You say still long.
Okay, so this is A, this is B, This is C columns. Okay?
Is that a 4?
No,
Negative
it's
4.
10.
Well, it's negative 2 squared, Keelan.
No, 2 times
No.
2.
What is negative 2 squared, Keelan?
Oh.
4. So what is that?
Okay.
Okay, so 1 squared is what?
1,
1.
1, 1, 5,
1, 1, 1, 1.
9, 3,
How are you getting these numbers?
1.
3 times
Oh,
3
no.
and then 3 and then 1.
You
Okay.
done my math?
Oh, but I thought 1 was in C.
Huh?
You said that earlier.
Oh, yeah, you did.
I knew it was 1.
The coefficient is 1, but C isn't 1.
It is.
No, C does not equal
It's
1.
1C.
Okay, yes, it's 1C. But I
Jeez.
was asking what
Bunch
the
of idiots.
Okay, so there's my matrix, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So you need, on your paper, I need to see your system, I need to see your augmented matrix, and then you can go to your calculator. If you don't want to do that, you can do it all by hand. You want to just solve this by
I'm
hand?
good.
No. I'm
Okay,
good.
so
I don't
now
feel like
go to your
writing this on
calculator.
this paper 'cause I'm not all the way at the top.
Okay,
Ooh, I got my homework done.
go to your calculator, please.
To continue.
I need to write down my matrix real quick. Because I won't have it.
Hey, so I'm in some weird thing. I don't know how to get out of it.
Quit.
Where's it at?
Okay, so I'm going to my calculator. How do I get to where I need to be? I need to be in matrix, right?
Hold on.
I'm waiting for my calculator to come up, so it's all good.
How do you get to the matrix again?
That's what I'm asking you guys. Look at your calculator.
Here, brother. I want my pencil.
There we go. Alright, table set?
I want matrix.
Format.
I want matrix.
Oh, x negative 1.
It's the second
So second
x to
and-
the inverse right here.
Got it.
So if I want to quit something, it's right here. It's second mode, right? If I want to quit. So I want to quit that. And I want matrices. Matrices is second x inverse because it's in blue. So I know I hit the blue button. Okay, I need to go to edit because I'm going to put a new matrix in. So I edit.
Where's the edit at?
It's right at the top. You hit matrix,
Where?
second
So,
x inverse. Look at my keys right here. Second x
Yeah,
inverse.
Go over. That's not what I want.
Press the arrow
Oh, edit.
how do we get to that?
That's what it is.
I'm so fuzzy.
So
So
press
press-
button and then the
Rubber.
X minus 1.
These are my
Okay, got it.
keystrokes down here.
So what?
Clear.
Oh, that's interesting.
What about it?
I've said it 4 times now, and I've done it 4 times for you.
Not bad.
We'll do it if it.
That doesn't all you.
No,
Please.
read the screen. What does it say? Second
Oh.
x inverse.
Second mode. There you go, mode.
No, that's when I exited. Then I hit second x inverse.
Oh, you did it 4 times.
Yes, because I was showing you 4 times, and you were not paying attention.
No, I was writing stuff down.
Okay, so we're in matrix. We need to go to edit. How do I get it from names to edit?
You go over.
I go over to edit. I hit enter.
So,
We're going to put it in matrix 1. If you have something in matrix 1, do not worry about it. It doesn't matter. Hit enter. Now, what size of a matrix did we have? Remember, it's rows by columns. How many rows is the matrix on your paper?
3.
1.
No, 3 is fine. 3. And then I hit over
3 by 4.
by 4. Now, when you hit 3 by 4 and hit enter, do you get a 3 that matches up with you have on your paper?
Yeah, but.
Keelan, please put your feet on the floor.
Oh,
Thank you. So now, fill in your numbers. Make sure when you have a negative, you use the negative key that's right here next to the decimal. Do not hit subtract. You can hit enter to move over, or you can hit your arrow key. It doesn't matter.
Hold on, mine doesn't. Oh,
The arrow key doesn't work for me.
It works for me.
So supposed to put 4 in the first box?
Yep, because that's what you have on your sheet.
Oh, wait. It didn't do it.
before you exit out of here, which you're going to have to do, you need to make sure everything matches up with what you have. So 1, -2, 1, 32, 1, 1, 1, 5, 9, 3, 1, 17.
Alright.
Okay, so everyone have it in. Everyone have it in.
Oh.
Rock, can you put your mask up, please? Okay, now we have to quit this. We have to get out of the program. So you have to hit second, quit. And quit is in blue, that's why I have to second. It's on the mode button right next to the second. Does everyone see it? Yours is yellow, maybe. Is yours yellow?
Yeah.
Whatever color it's in, hit that button.
Just mode?
So
and
second,
then quit.
quit.
Oh yeah. I forgot.
Okay.
Okay, now where's the quit at? I see second.
It's right by it. Just say right. It's hit.
Right here.
You hit mode.
Oh, okay.
Just
Code.
above it, then
Got it.
So now I need to do reduced row echelon form. That's what I need because I need my answers, right? My ones. So I go back to matrix. How do I get there?
Second.
Second, X inverse, where it says matrix, right? Okay. Then I do math because I want to do math with it. So I go over to math. Now I need reduced row echelon form. So you need to arrow down till you find that.
What am I looking for?
Reduced row echelon form.
RREF.
RREF.
Four.
Oh,
B.
So you hit enter. And what matrix did we put that in?
1.
3.
A. So you have to hit second matrix. And under name, just hit enter under 1. It's 1 or A, but it's A. It's in the 1. So hit enter and end your parentheses. Everyone got that? Hit enter.
I did not do that.
1, 0, 0.
Okay.
We have to do
Oh,
So-
everyone.
What is A?
I think I did.
1.
3, -6.
No, what is A is 3. What is B? On your paper, you should be writing this down.
-6.
-6. And C is
8.
8.
I didn't do that.
Then you didn't put the right numbers in.
I put 8. Yeah, 4, 2, 1.
No, you in your matrix, you didn't.
I went to A and then after.
Did you put RREF in front of it?
Then pop up. Just did that.
Let me check your configuration real quick.
Yes, I do. Okay, do this, and then you have to hit second matrix,
I got it.
1. So your numbers aren't right. In your matrix, your numbers aren't right. You didn't put a
I did,
-2.
yes.
No, I did say I might. You need to stay till we're done.
Oh my god.
Okay, so,
Real quick, in and out. Done data.
Okay, so now we're going to go back to our notes. And what was A?
3.
3. What was B?
-6.
and what was C?
8.
8. So we're going to fill these in to there. So y equals what?
3x squared plus, minus 6x plus 8.
So, question. Why could you not just show us with the calculator how to do it?
Because I did show you how to do it with the calculator, but you need your
No,
system.
we're reducing our
Okay,
function only
you
talking
need your
about.
system, your matrix, and then you may use your calculator. I need to
No,
see
like
these.
before.
No, like when we were doing this by hand.
Because you're going to have to do it by hand next year too.
I'm taking math.
What's the point
Okay.
of that though? Like, there's no point if there's an easier way to do it.
Okay, you're not always going to be given a calculator. And it's actually more, that process is more to get you organized in your math skills than anything else. And think about math in
That's why I
different ways.
didn't get it.
Okay, so what are we going to do again?
That. AX squared.
I want
Go through the
standard
whole
form.
process again.
X,
So
Y.
y equals what?
AX squared plus BX
ax
plus C.
squared plus bx plus c, or we can put our y over here because that's what we're doing in our matrix, right? Okay, so start with your first point. So x is what?
2.
2. So 2 squared is
4.
4. A.
Wait, so all we have to do is find the,
Negative 9.
like, we just, all we have to do is find what A, B, and C equals, that's it, we don't have to plug in the X's or anything like that, and solve it?
Well, if it says graph it, but you can do that from there, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Okay,
Well,
let's
on
just
this
graph it.
one, we
just
can finish
plot
it out.
points, call it good.
Okay, what's the next?
Of course.
4A.
Plus 4.
No. BX.
Oh, 2.
2B plus
Plus C.
C equals
12.
negative 12.
Negative.
Yep.
Wow. I didn't see that.
Okay. And if you saw, like, I guess Tate, we should have shared yours. If you even forget a negative, guys, it makes your answers completely different. Okay, so next,
That'd be 1.
it'd be 1A.
Y.
You're plugging in negative 1 for X.
Negative 1.
So negative 1B
Plus C.
plus C equals Y, which
Negative
is
15.
negative 15.
So it'd be 16. A.
So squaring negative 4, right? So 16A
Minus 4B.
minus 4B
C.
plus C
Negative
equals
90.
negative 90.
Nice, I'll put 90.
Okay, so what is my matrix?
4, 2, 1, negative 12.
4, 2, 1, negative 12. Yeah, you guys keep filling in. And then you should have what? 1, negative 1, 1, negative 15.
16.
And 16, negative 4, 1,
Negative 9.
negative 9. Okay, then what do I do?
Plug it into your calculator.
Plug it into your calculator. You can start while I write down my matrix, because I can't keep both screens up.
So how do we clear?
So do we just?
You
clear it
just
here?
no, just put it right over top of it. You
Put
can't
what right over top of it?
this new matrix, right? Just go right back to.
But I'm still on
Oh,
RREF.
redo it?
Okay, so go back to matrix and redo everything exactly the same steps.
So we still.
So
do
I
A?
go to second matrix, edit, enter. I still want a 3 by 4, right? So just hit enter, enter, and then put your new numbers in there.
Wow.
Okay, so and make sure your negatives are in there, right?
I keep saying syntax here.
Because you're probably using a subtraction and not a negative.
Well, doesn't matter, we're both-
And again, before you get out, make sure that the numbers are exactly what they should be, because if they're not, you're going to get a wrong answer. So 4, 2, 1, negative 12, 1, negative 1, 1, negative 15, 16, negative 4, 1, negative 90. Okay, so now what do I do?
Second matrix.
Nope, I gotta quit. You gotta quit the program. So
I'm
second,
not
quit.
ready yet.
You don't have them in yet?
Then second matrix again.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope I did this.
Now, I'm gonna show you a trick if you wait a second for Tayton to catch up.
Alright.
Okay, second, quit, get out of there. I already had this RREF, yes?
Yeah.
If I hit second, enter, it shows me A, but if I hit second enter again, it has the RREF matrix A, and I can just hit enter. I don't have to go back and find it.
Also, second enter, second enter.
Second enter till you get what you want to do again, and it will tell you.
Oh,
So what is A?
I have 7.2.
What?
7.2.
I got -4.
What?
What in the?
Error data type.
I have answer -9.
I don't have anything.
You're 7.2 negative 11.
Oh, you gotta do
Okay, so if you don't have the same answers, do you have the same matrix? Go to your matrix A and
I
make
have
sure.
the same matrix, but what do I do after that?
Yeah, what am I did the second.
Keelan, put your feet on the floor, please.
I have as -1 and -16 in the first column.
Yeah.
Not 116.
That should be +16.
Yeah.
I got an error.
So fix those. Then you need to go, if you got an error, you did it incorrectly, and you need to go do it correctly.
Okay, I'm here.
No, like
Alright, so after we get the R,
Now where do I go to? I have to get off the numbers, don't I?
You have to hit second quit.
Second
When you are in matrix, you have to
Oh,
hit
then
second.
enter, second enter.
Yes, until
I
it's,
got -4, 5, -6.
I have.
What do you got?
yes.
Okay.
I put exactly what you put, and I'm getting -3, 7, -3.
You
I
have
seven times
4, 2, 1, -12.
I have
I'll go
7
double
times 8.
check, but
What?
7 times 8. No.
Okay, then do it again. Okay, so hit second matrix, over to math, arrow down till you see RREF, and hit enter.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, that's 7 times 8 still there.
Then clear it.
I did.
Okay, you got RREF.
Yeah.
Then go second matrix again.
that's
Okay, did you put it in matrix A?
Yeah.
So just hit enter.
For names.
Oh, there we go.
Yes.
Alright, that's all I had to do is press
And then
that.
second enter, second enter.
No. You have this on your screen, just
Yeah.
hit enter.
I got
That right. Oh, I already had that. But I thought I already had that.
Okay,
it.
guys, before you get out of your screen, you need to make sure you have the right matrix. I don't know how many times I can say that, and at least one person every time has not checked. You have to have the right matrix. So what is A?
Negative 4.
What is B?
5.
What is C?
6. -6.
-6. So have those written down on your paper. I'm going back. Okay, so A is -4, B is 5, and C is -6. So what is my equation?
Y is
equals
equal to 4x squared plus 5x minus
-4x squared plus 5x
-6.
minus 6.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to go through our process. I need H. What's my formula for H?
it's
Negative
B
B over 2A.
Okay,
Or 8. 2A.
negative B over 2A.
What are we doing this now?
Because you do the whole process. We're going to bring it all together.
Yeah.
So negative B gives me what? What's B?
5
5. So it'd be -5 over 2 times what?
-4.
-4.
Oh,
So I get negative.
8.
Actually, they're both negative, so it'd be positive, right? So 5/8. So I get my K by doing what? F of
isn't it plugging
F
zeros
of
in for all
-4.
the x?
no, that's your y-intercept.
F
F of 5/8. So that means I'm going to take -4 times 5/8 squared plus 5 times 5/8 plus minus 6, yes? Okay.
This seems way harder.
So,
I need to square 5/8. So what is 5 squared?
25.
25. What is 8
64.
squared? 64.
Oh my gosh.
Plus, and then this is going to be 25/8, correct?
Yeah, basically.
Minus 6.
Just literally to my friend.
Now, I can reduce 4 into 64, but is that going to give me 8?
Yes.
No, but it's going to give me a smaller number, right?
Half
Okay, so how
64.
many times does 4 go into 64?
8 times. Oh wait, no.
16.
16 times.
I
Okay.
don't know why I
Okay.
got 8.
Okay. So 4 goes in there 16, yes? So my common denominator, I need is 16.
Yes.
So what do I have to multiply?
2
2. So that gives me plus 50,
over
16. And then I got to multiply 16.
Which would be 6 over 2, wouldn't it?
No, it has to be 16. I have to put it over 16. So 16 times 6. So 6 times 6 is what?
36.
Carry a 3.
46.
So 96.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so do you want to? I like to add my negatives and then subtract my 50. That's
So
what I do.
96 over 16.
Well, you were just playing.
Wait, how did you get that?
Okay, this is 6 over 1, correct?
Mm-hmm.
My common denominator is going to
Oh,
be
is that
16.
all of them?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I was.
Okay. So I have 25 and 96. Or I can do this. We can do this. This is easy. Negative 25 and 50 gives me what?
25.
25. So I have positive 25
And then it'd be
and then minus
36.
96, right?
Yeah.
So then that would be what? 171?
Yeah.
So negative 71 over 16. And that doesn't reduce. So here's my H, yes? And here's my K. So what's my vertex?
5/8.
5/8
Oh.
and then negative 71.
and negative 71/16. Now we're not going to graph that particularly,
Thank God.
but that's my vertex, right? I did it exactly the same way. It doesn't matter that I got fractions, does it? Okay, what is my axis of symmetry?
5/8.
X equals 5/8. Okay. Min or max?
Man.
What? It's opening what?
T maximum.
It's opening down, yes?
Yes.
So it'd be a max at X equals 5/8.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm very confused. And
Okay, well, did you do the last 2 days homework?
Yeah, it doesn't help. Don't.
Okay. Axis of symmetry maximum,
Domain and range.
domain and range, oh, y-intercept.
Oh yeah.
Y-intercept, how do I find y-intercept?
Take it all by 0. The
All the
X's.
x is 0, so I'm going back to the
So
original.
it'd be negative 6.
So y equals 0 plus 0 minus 6. So 0, negative 6.
Yeah.
Domain.
All real numbers.
And why is it all real numbers?
What is it? It is.
Because it's quadratic, right?
Oh,
And there's
yeah.
no...
Yeah.
It's quadratic. There's no restrictions on what I can put in there until I put it into a what?
So I think
A word
like,
problem,
after
right?
we do domain and you don't have to put the negative and the positive.
No, not if you do this.
All right.
If you want to do the negative infinity to positive infinity,
Nope.
this is set notation here, interval notation here. Now, when we do things in the book, on the book site this week, when we do our assignment, it's going to want it in the interval notation usually.
Well, I put both. So.
Okay. So then range, since it opens like this, yes?
Yeah.
My y's are going to be less than, yes? So y such that y is less than equal to, and you go to your k,
Negative 71.
negative 71/16. And the reason why I did this one, guys, I wanted to show you that I can do this, even if my numbers are really weird, I can do everything I've been doing, can't I? Now, let's graph this equation
Oh.
in our calculator and make sure this information is all correct.
I thought it was
Okay. So we have y equals negative 4x squared plus 5x minus 6, right? And we're probably going to need to know what decimal 5/8 is and what decimal negative 71/16 is. So how am I going to figure that out?
Oh, I figure.
How am I going to figure that out, guys?
-4 versus X.
No, wait, guys. Listen to me. I need to know what those decimals are before I go graph it, else it's not going to do me any good. How do I figure out what the decimal for 5/8 is?
You graph it.
How about I just put 5 divided by 8 in my calculator,
Yeah, I got it.
which is 0.625. So you might want to write that on your paper so you know. Because that should be my axis of symmetry, yes?
Did you guys know it intercepts at y at 4?
You just put 0.63.
No, I would put 0.625. Since it's just 3, that's not rounded. That's what it is. Then I need to get negative 71/16. If you want to learn how to use a calculator, you need to be using your calculator. Brock, do this with me, please.
No.
No. Not a chance.
16. Just kidding.
And so it's approximately, well, actually, I would just write it down. Negative 4.4375 because it's only 4. Okay. So we have said that our axis of symmetry was negative 5/8, and that decimal is 0.625. Now, I think I can get my calculator to show me fractions on the graph, but I'm not absolutely sure. So that's why I wanted these decimals, because once I'm in my graph, I don't want to be going back and forth, do I? So I need to go where to graph something.
Second.
Y equals.
Y equals. Anytime I want to graph, y equals is where I do it. So we had negative 4, so you put negative 4, x. Remember, you have the button that says xt theta n right next to alpha. And then we need squared, so you have the x squared button here. Keelan, stop.
It's
Okay, how do I get it to squared? There's 2 ways.
X squared. You press the X squared.
You can
button,
hit x
or you
squared
press
or you can hit the
Press the little
caret.
arrow up button.
Okay? And then 5x, so plus 5x.
How do you get to the Y thing? The graph.
Mine's not going to
Y equals.
And then you hit minus 6. And hit minus, not negative.
Well, just press. Think about it.
Y equals.
Okay, now our vertex is going to be 5/8, which we saw was 0.6, right? And our y would be negative 0.4, 4 point something. So is that going to be in a standard screen of 10 by 10? Would that fall in there?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so that's going to be, we can see that, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to hit zoom after I have it in there, and 6 for that standard 10 by 10 screen.
Where is Zoom?
Right. Anything to do with the graph is right under the graph, guys.
Found it.
So
Okay.
Just press zoom after we put that in.
Zoom 6. Okay. Is it opening down like we said would happen?
yeah.
Yeah? So we need to figure out if this vertex
Whoa.
is that 5/8 negative 71/16, right? So when you look at your calculator, anything that has to do with the graph is right under the graph. Okay? We can hit trace. Go ahead and hit trace. And we can move our cursor left to right and kind of, but it's jumpy, isn't it?
Yes.
So that's just an estimate, and it would be a bad estimate. So
Exactly.
above trace, you have it says calculate. Anything you want your calculator to find exactly for you, you have to get to it. So how do I get to that calculate?
Second
Second
trace.
Second, trace. Under there, we have value, we have zeros, which are x-intercepts, we have maximums and minimums, we
Yeah,
have
like
intersects where 2 things would cross, And 6 and 7 have to do with calculus, so that isn't going to be for you guys. So we need, well, that would be a max, correct?
Yes.
So we could do max. We could also do value if we wanted to, but let's just do max. So you can arrow to 4 or just hit 4.
0.6.
Okay. Shh. Listen. On your graph, it shows you the equation you have in front of you. And it also says left bound. So you need to move your cursor to the left of the maximum. You have to remember what you're finding. So move it somewhere to the left
That's what I have.
and hit enter.
Right.
Move your, no, it just needs to be plenty to the left and hit enter. Then it says what?
Right down.
Right bound. So then you need to move your cursor to the right of the maximum, and you need to remember what you're doing. It does tell you up top. See, it says calculate maximum. Hit enter. And now it says what?
Yeah.
Guess. Now, wait a second. If you look at these 2 lines, do you see these 2 lines? You have set up a domain for the calculator to look in. If I hit enter right now, I'm not inside that domain, am I? So I need to hit just 1 over. So I'm back in that domain. You see that I'm back in the domain? I could try to get a good guess, but it doesn't matter, okay? The calculator's just going to look in a maximum point between there. It doesn't matter. I haven't hit enter yet. So now I have my guess. I'm going to hit enter. Now, our maximum was 5/8, negative 17/16. Or 71/16, yes?
Well, mine is
Okay.
exact same as yours.
So,
That's nice. That's great.
it should be exactly what mine is.
Mine's not.
Okay. Do you have this equation
I
right
have
here?
0.6250013, and y is equal to negative 4.4315.
Is that exactly the same thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Too small.
Okay. So, we got the maximum that we needed. So, did we do this correctly?
Yes. we do.
Yes. So you can check your graph in your calculator, and it might not be a bad idea to do that because if you guys are going to use these on the ACT, you need to know how to use them. Okay? And the only reason that you would have a graphing calculator is to be able to graph and do things with like that. If you're not going to graph, you might as well just have a regular scientific calculator. Okay? So we need to be using these for what they're supposed to be used for, and that practice is practicing with your homework. So, I think that is the last we have for notes, but let me check before yes. So you guys have homework time to be working on.